Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello, hello, hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode
of Live,
Let
Thrive. What's up, Myka man?
What up, my man, Stevie Stacks? How you been?
Good, how you been?
Man, I've been wonderful, man. Blessed. I've been wonderful. Got some good stuff going on, so I've been wonderful.
You're smiling ear to ear, man. What's going on? What's new?
Oh man.
Episode 99, by the way, of Live, Let Thrive, your favorite Airbnb, VRBO, short-term, long-term, rental, real estate, podcast, all that stuff. Coming at you.
Yeah, episode 99. Dang. But yeah, man, just been busy. Got off the phone with a couple lenders today. We looking good for the house build.
Sweet.
Good. Yeah. So people that don't know, last episode I announced I'm trying to get a house built. So that's been moving right along. So yeah, that's been my big news, man. But how's everything been going on your end?
Pretty good, man. Just keeping at it. Remember I told you I had that goal on my house in Arlington.
Yeah.
Airbnb house. I had, all right, man. I want to hit 3K. Well, I've passed 3K mark. So my next goal is to hit that 4K mark. So that's it. And then once I get the 4K, I got to get the 5K, right?
Yeah. 10 exit. Go for 50.
50. Hey, why not, huh?
For real. Hey, so how's that stadium? How's it been working out? Well, in your area, how's it been working out for you? Like, numbers been pretty good.
Numbers are good, and here's an interesting thing. It's like because my previous house, my Hearst house, it wasn't top notch and all that stuff. I just did iPhone pics and all that, and I just whatever furniture, it was okay, but I mean it got good reviews, but the price I'd put it pretty decent price, pretty low price, and I'd always get 5 stars on especially value.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, and starting off on the house in Arlington, I started off with lower prices just to get some reviews and get some people staying there, some stars, and value was always 5 stars. But now I've been raising my prices because I can do that, supply and demand, and so I've been raising my prices pretty much, and I noticed that they're expecting more in the value now because they're like, wow, we're paying a lot. I mean, to me, they're still getting a good value, but I guess they expecting the Taj Mahal now if they're going to pay a good penny, But like you said, screw the reviews, right?
Yeah, especially value. I don't even be paying attention to that, man. Yeah, reviews now. I mean, you could pretty much tell somebody to give you a good review, and they will. If you just, like I told you, I have a little message I just send to them, and they give 5-star everything. I think most of my reviews are like 88% 5-star, like almost 1,200. If you just tell them like, hey, if you enjoyed your trip, give me a 5-star review. We'll be sure to leave you a great review as well.
These last ones, they left me a 5-star review, but they were one of those nitpicky ones. They found like a little bitty, lizards get in the house, whatever. I think they ate the bugs. And there was like a little dead lizard in the hallway or something. I don't know what happened, but I guess the kid freaked out. And they put that in, and they put it in the private review, though. They said, hey, saw a couple cobwebs and a little dead lizard in the hallway or something like that. And I was like, oh, sorry about that. They already left. They already left me a 5-star review.
Yeah.
I guess they took a notch down on the. They gave me like 4 on the value. Yeah. So I don't know, what can you do? It's a lizard, whatever.
I gotta start reading my reviews, man. I ain't read no review in so long.
You're total automation. And
I haven't read a review.
That's cool. And what I was thinking? I was like, man, because another thing happened. I guess before this one, they did like a little one night stand. One night stand. I don't know. Maybe they did. So they did it. They did it. These guests from Beaumont. I guess they came up here and they met some family here, and they did a little party, like a birthday party kind of thing.
Right.
I didn't find like a whole bunch of alcohol. I found a few beers. It wasn't like a party. But it was a little birthday party going on, and so they left like crap load of balloons behind. House was a little messy, But you know what? I told my cleaner, I always text her, hey, how's the house so I can leave a review. And she's like, it's probably the messiest one so far, but whatever. I was like, well, what do you think I should give them? Like, well, you could give them 4 stars maybe, or 5, whatever you feel. To her, it's her job to go clean a damn house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's tripping me out the most, man. Because like, if that party thing scenario, messy house would have happened, my wife back in the day when she was cleaning, she would have been freaking out. I would have had to get off work and go help, and then it would have been just, so much stress and all this crap for it. But when you got a cleaner, when you got a good cleaner busting her ass for you, you're like, man, that was not even a stressful situation at all, man. It's like night and day difference. It was a beautiful thing. And so I'm partially fully automated, but just that alone. And it's just helped so much. So I could see how you even take it a step further with your automatic messages and automatically rate them 5 stars, automatically ask them to rate you 5 stars. You don't even have to deal with them. That's taking it to the next level.
Yeah, sit on that beach with your feet up, make some money. There you go. See? Nah, like my cleaners, I tell them, hey, if there's like something drastic, tell me. Or if there's something like something drastic, or if there's something like stuff missing, then just tell me and we'll leave them a review based on that. But yeah, that's the way to go about it, man. One thing I found out about my cleaners who was handling my one in Little Rock, my mom, my aunt, they handle it for me. But like they be taking stuff, my mom would just go buy it and replace it. And I didn't find out till last month and I was down there, we were just doing a review and everything. I'm like, Garrett, you didn't tell me? She's like, well, no, I just go to the store, buy it and replace it. I'm like, you got to tell me. That's business expense. We can get that back, so stuff like that, But my mom, she's doing a good job of managing it. But, her, it's like, oh, well, no big deals. But most of the time I leave 5 stars. This is automatic 5-star and go from there, man.
Right. You just take every single ounce of drama out of managing an Airbnb.
Mm-hmm. It's so much easier when you don't see it. Straight up. That's really what it is. It's like something on your mind that just soothes your mind. You ain't got to see that crap. Because when you see it, you get that personal feeling to it. Like, they left some stuff. You're like, I'll be like, who cares?
But
disrespected.
Exactly. It's my house, man. But on that note, someone asked me, it's funny. I dropped the rates a little bit for next week. I'm trying to fill in. I told you my whole rib carcass thing going on. And so I kind of trying to fill in the middle of the calendar. And so someone tried to book next Thursday. And well, here's the cool thing. She did ask me, she said, hey, is it cool if we do like I'm going to host a baby shower? And I was like, and she put 10 guests on the thing. And I was like, okay, well, how many people you plan on being at the house and how many kids? That's the big thing. I don't want little kids running around destroying everything. And she said, well, probably around 20 adults and like about 5 kids. So you automatically have to double that, right? She's 20. If it's a Mexican family, like I think it is, I can't see the picture, but it's going to be a big to do. And so I'm thinking that'll be at least 40 people and like 20 kids. And so, I told her, my house isn't really set up for the, for a party situation. And I'm sorry, I can't do it. I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't going to make a whole bunch of money and the liability would have been bigger. And I didn't want cars parking up in front of my house and all that, like 20 freaking, Vatos Locos mobiles and stuff. And so I'm Mexican, I can say that. But I don't want to rock the boat. I'm having a good, clean situation. People are parking around back like they should. But if you can throw a party at my house, man, you hear the ding, 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 ding. It's gonna draw attention. Is all I'm saying. I don't want attention right now.
Play it smart.
Playing it smart. So I turned down. I hardly ever decline, but I declined one. I declined a booking.
It was a request?
Yeah, it was a request, and she was asking her questions, and I just declined it.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't even. Yeah,
Micah's your wheels are running. How much is this party worth to you?
Yep, that's all I'm thinking. Like, hold on, we might have the Vatos Locos if it brings in the moolah. If I don't know. Like somebody asked that today in one of those groups. They were like, "Hey, this person said they're having a party with like 20 people. No, 200 people."
Oh,
I said I'd charge 20 a head per night, so it comes out to about $4,000 a night. I said just charge them $4,000 a night. See if they'll pay it. They pay it. They stay 2 nights. 8 G's. You might sway me a little bit, you know. Just put up anything that's really, really breakable. You know, you got insurance, you got a home warranty. You know, go from there.
Yeah, but then you risk getting shut down by the city and the neighbors and all that stuff.
Yeah, depending upon where you are. I told you about the Airbnb automated group I went to with Sean Rakizich from the Airbnb host of Airbnb Automated on YouTube, right?
Yeah.
One of his friends, he purposely gets houses just to party, to let people throw parties like weddings. He purposely gets a house with a big backyard and he lets them hold weddings. He makes, and he only rents it out on the weekends. He makes like $4 or $5 grand a weekend. So multiply that by 4, that's $20 grand a month. And you live in there Monday through Thursday, Monday through Thursday you're living there.
And his neighbors don't mind.
Well, remember he goes to areas that look suspect, as he called it. Yeah, so it was really cool. I was like, man, that's a pretty smart idea, man. Just like purposely target people that are looking for parties, weddings. If then you charge double, you know what I'm saying, double, triple the price.
I like how BP and Bigger Pockets is like so politically correct, you know, in like maybe C, D neighborhoods. You're talking about the hood, right?
Yeah, for real, man. Yeah, it's the hood, man. Like, it was funny. I was talking to my builder today, and he was giving me some lots. He was shooting me these lots, and I told him which school district I wanted. And he's like, "Yeah, man, I stuck to this school district because you said this school district, and plus I know how important the school district is. You know, appreciation and how good the schools are for your kids." And he was like, "I don't really know this area too well. I don't know the demographics." And he just kind of kept going in about demographics. And I finally stopped him. I'm like, "Look, man, just send me to the nearest super Walmart, and I can tell you what the demographics of any town is. That's all you need to do. Walk up in there, look left down the checkers aisle, people walking in and out. That is the demographic of any city, straight up. That's the easiest. That's how I've always moved to neighborhoods, based on the super Walmart demographics."
That is truth, man.
Yeah, straight up, man.
I've seen some interesting things at the super Walmart off Cooper right there, Cooper and 20.
Oh, yeah. See, I love that Walmart. That Walmart fits my type of people, so I can deal with this Walmart. Even the one by the stadium, because my first apartment in Arlington was right there by the stadium. You know, and that was the first Walmart I went to.
Yeah.
Shoot, I could live here. Okay, I could live in Arlington, you know.
It's very ethnic, that Walmart.
Oh, yeah, everything's in that Walmart, man. So I was like, I could do this Walmart. So
There helps to be no Spanish.
Yeah, so my first apartment in Texas was right down the street from that Walmart. So yeah,
you gotta watch out that you will get run over by a car there. There are people flying up and down that parking lot, man.
Oh yeah, man, they're actually real careful now because the cops are always out there now, man.
At that Walmart.
Yeah, especially at the because this Walmart, by the way, if people who aren't familiar with Arlington, Texas, is directly across the street from the Cowboy Stadium. And like the Walmart has partnered with Jerry Jones to cut off half the parking on Sundays. So half the parking lot on Sundays, and on game day, this place is jam packed. Just walking in and out, there's beers, everything. It's a pretty cool place to kick it if you ever want to tailgate a Cowboy game.
If you ever go, to a Cowboys game or something, and they have the pro shop at the stadium, but at that Walmart, man, you can get jerseys for dirt cheap. You can get like anything Cowboys on it. They have a whole freaking Cowboys section.
Yeah,
so get all your stuff from that Walmart instead of paying like $45 for a T-shirt at Cowboy Stadium. Get it at the Walmart.
45. Where are you getting a T-shirt for $45 at Cowboy Stadium? More like $150.
Maybe a kid's T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, $75.
But then you get it at Walmart for like $9.99.
Yeah, for real.
But it's an interesting Walmart. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, like and then there's a bunch of houses over there. And actually you can Airbnb in that area. So those houses, if you ever want to get an Airbnb house in that area, that's a perfect spot for you. You can walk to the stadium.
Or you can hit me up. Send me an email. I'll hook you up with a really nice spot by the stadium.
Yeah, there you go.
Hit up old Steve-O. A lot of those like condos and there's condos right there, right? Yeah, and townhomes.
I tried to buy one.
Yeah, my friend lives right there, off in one of those. So we get to park there free for the games because she has 2 parking spots.
Mm-hmm.
So for the games back in the day when we lived far away, we parked there, for free.
So I have a question. Are there really strict HOA laws over there?
Hers, you're not supposed to Airbnb. They banned it in her HOA. It was like a free for all, but she said there are still people that do it there at her condos or townhomes.
Really?
She's just hoping that Jerry Jones buys them out and gets her a nice big paycheck, and then makes him a parking lot right there. That's what she's hoping for. She don't give a shit. She's like, just buy me out, Jerry.
Yeah, because I figured that's what him and Walmart went back and forth, because that when he blocked off half the parking lot, but him and the Waldens are cool. They're both from Arkansas, so. Because
they're gonna have to clear out a bunch of those apartments and condos and townhomes right there, because they're gonna make their hotels, right? That'd be a perfect spot for a hotel.
Yeah, but though some of those apartments right there, those are tied into the stadium somehow. They get little incentives for living there because on game day you can't get out your apartment. You know what I mean? But I mean, you can just walk to Walmart and do your shopping. But yeah, there's little incentives to live in there. Because those are the apartments I wanted to move into, but I couldn't get one.
Oh, they weren't available.
Yeah, they weren't available, man.
You wanted to Airbnb it, right?
No, this was when I was first moving to Texas, man. I was trying.
Okay.
I was like, man, I want to live right across the street from the Cowboy Stadium, but yeah, it wasn't happening. The things were jam packed full. And the lady was telling me, she's like, it's incentives. She goes, we're all full, but it's incentives to live in here. But she's like, on Sundays, you really can't go anywhere. I was like, dang, you got to work, you're done. Yeah, but man.
Hey, how about? I thought about this. Since I do have one over there by the stadiums, and these guys, this is the first time these guys that are going to go there, I think, when's the next Cowboys game there? It's not this weekend, but the following weekend. I
believe so. I think it is.
And so they're asking, hey man, do you happen to have any extra of those, the camping chairs or something like that? Mm-hmm. I was like, I have a few at the house. They're there outside. You can use those if you want. But then I was thinking, man, do some chair rental and some tent rental while right there, at my house. Let me know if you need to rent something. Because I mean, what are they gonna do? Go buy a big ass tent? Go buy some chairs at the Walmart? They're gonna only use once. Yeah, I can do some rental stuff here, man.
Buy it and take it back. I do everything at Walmart. We go down to Houston, my cousin's house. We rent buy the blow-up mattress and take it back.
They let you take blow-up mattresses back?
Yeah, you just say it had a hole in it. Yeah, that's what you always do, man. But nah, that's a good idea. Like, the one thing I like about the place over by the stadium, you could – it draws too much attention to let people throw tailgate parties. But, that is one thing that's interesting. Like, if you live by stadiums where it's illegal, like if you have a big enough yard, let people throw tailgate parties back there. Just make sure it don't get too loud and whatnot. But it's a lot of I read an article about like Airbnb and sports and how that's like a huge mesh of like cities with a sports stadium. The Airbnb rentals rise up. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially like Dallas, we got all the sports, right? Basketball, football.
NFL, XFL, WNBA.
Yeah, and WNBA is right here in Arlington. Like almost WNBA is in Arlington, Cowboys in Arlington, Rangers in Arlington. So it's a pretty good
XFL.
City. They coming?
XFL's coming, yeah.
Are they going to use Jerry World?
No, they're using the rank. No, hell no. He ain't letting the XFL team play. That's the competition, man. They're playing at the Rangers Stadium. They're forming and making it into XFL field.
See, and that's my thing. Like in cities like Arlington, where you keep bringing all this crap that's going to bring all these people, why are you banning Airbnbs? Like that's crazy to me. Like you're bringing the XFL here, the NFL, WNBA, the damn esports gaming center that ain't open yet. And when that opens, oh my gosh, about to have nerds from all across the country coming down here. So, yeah. Crazy.
That's right. The remember I was telling you about starting I already got the gamer BNB. I already got that.
Oh, you bought
what's
it?
it called? I bought it on a domain name. Yeah,
Good
gamer BNB. Because I was thinking of open up a little spots to put some nice gaming chairs and some nice, big flat screens and making it cool. Maybe a couple of vending machines because they're gonna get the munchies while they're here, right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, put a vending machine in your Airbnb. That'd be dope.
I've seen that before, like those little small ones. I've seen people do that. Yeah. But, man, speaking of laws, man, guess who else just went New Orleans on us? Seattle, Washington.
I thought you said that was a good thing, what they were doing.
Not really, man. They're going to come down hard on you. Like Airbnb, you have to put your license and everything through the Airbnb side. It's crazy. And most of these cities, it's crazy. We talked about it. Most of these cities are sports cities. They're doing it too. Seattle, New Orleans. Man. But, for me, it's always an increase because they get banned. I can keep doing it. Yeah, so.
It's coming, man.
Yeah. And Bigger Pockets conference is next month. You going?
Where is it at?
I think it's in Nashville. A few people hit me up saying that they had Airbnbs down there, and they would. I could just split the cost with them, but I don't know if I'll be able to make it out.
I would go, but I'm kind of having a baby next month.
Oh, should do next month?
October 16th, yeah.
Oh man, congratulations to Steve, man.
Thank you so much.
Man,
yeah, there's another baby girl.
Another baby girl?
So yeah, everybody's ragging me about that. All I make is girls. Even I went yesterday to the doctor, right? Mm-hmm. That's a funny story too. But anyways, I just went to get my annual checkup and all that blood work.
Yeah.
And this this sister lady was doing the blood work, doing the poking, and usually a lot of the, I don't know, is a stereotype of what a lot of sisters end up being the ones taking your blood. Is that a thing? It's like
depends on where you go.
Yeah, because my wife, we go and she gets her blood work done. It's a few sisters there, and this one she's a middle-aged, kind of bigger girl. But she was small talking me while she's trying to poke my get my blood. And so I guess it helps a little, takes my mind off of it. I didn't want to see it. And she's like, yeah, I don't know, man. I was like, and she's like, so, what are you having? It's like, we're having a girl. Oh, okay. What do you have already? I was like, I got, 2 other girls. Oh, I'm done talking to you. You ain't even doing it right. I was like, damn. I was like, man, she's giving me hell. And I'm like, she just giving me hell, dog, and fun, having fun with me. And I was like, someone did at work, tell me, you got to quit making love to it and start hitting that. She started laughing. I didn't want her to move the needle, though. She was laughing.
Man, I'm like that with the needles, man. Yeah, if they have some good small talk, take your mind off of it.
Take your mind off of it, man. But, now, yeah, everything, got the checkup. Guys should do, I don't know. Guys don't really do it too often. We should. And all the blood work's good. And everything checked out pretty good.
Yeah, they told me to watch my damn cholesterol last time I was in there.
Yeah, they said, well, my cholesterol's a little bit up and then the sugar. So just diet and exercise, they said, pretty much.
Yeah. But, man, so it sounds like your Airbnb's popped off the ground. What's your plans for expansion?
Dude, what my plan is, because I got an email the other day out of the blue from Cabbage. Remember Cabbage?
Cabbage.
It's through Airbnb. They loan you up to like $50,000.
Okay.
To get your Airbnb up and running. Okay. And I finally got a hold of the guy that sent me the email, and I was like, hey man, I'm just interested in hearing what you are saying about that. And he looked me up. He said, it's by invite only, and how Airbnb does it. I guess, obviously, they look at people who are big, Airbnb ballers making a shitload of money. And they look at past 6 months performance. This is how they do it. And they'll lend you 6 months worth, whatever that money is, like what you made in 6 months, up to $50,000. They will lend you that money. And you got way over 50. You got way over that much. And they will lend you that amount. And then the way you pay it back is they'll take a percentage up to like 40% of your future earnings until it's paid off. And they said something like at around 8% interest. So you're getting a $50,000 loan from them, which they take out of your future, Airbnb revenue up to 40%. I think it depends. There's a lot of variables, but for about 8% interest.
Yeah, that ain't worth it.
And he said there's no penalty for paying it off early too. So if you get one up and running, you start kicking ass, you can pay all that money back off early.
Can you refi out of it? What if you use it as a down payment to an Airbnb? You can refinance out of it, right?
That's a good question. I don't know. It seems like it all works within the Airbnb platform.
Oh no, then I wouldn't do it. Because what I would do, my personal suggestion is, if you're making enough money, and this is what I've already done, if you're making enough money on Airbnb, you're running it through your LLC, get 2 years worth. Like if you're making, let's just say, a minimum of $100,000 a year since you started Airbnb and you have 2 years worth of income, you can literally go get yourself a line of credit for at least $50,000 at 4% interest for the first year, and then 5%. And after the first year, it goes up to 5%.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you do it.
It might be a good option for like someone who's got into Airbnb, kicking serious ass, making a shitload of money. They still don't exactly have the best credit and all that stuff. But
it's not your credit. Using business credit.
Okay.
Yeah, don't use your like the stuff that I get. Yeah, it's not your credit. It won't even show up on your credit report that you have $50,000 sitting somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I was like, Cabbage. I didn't want to have them do it through the Airbnb platform. Then it gets kind of tricky. I'm like, eh. But yeah, I mean, if somebody, that's just another way. But they're both options ways to weigh it. Man.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to look them up just to see if I get a full rundown of their program.
Yeah. It's interesting. It's a new, like I said, it says by invite only. And just give me a quick rundown. It sounded interesting. I'm sure it's going to get better and better.
And speaking of that, I found out there's a lot of perks to building a house. Like one of the perks is, like, okay, you can get you can get two different loans. You can get a land loan with a construction loan.
Uh-huh.
But what you could do is, if you buy land, like let's say you buy land for $50,000, right? You could put 20% down on the land, right? And then that 20% will carry over into the construction loan. So you might have to put like 5% down on the construction loan, which is pretty good. But if you're putting 20% down on with $50K, that ain't bad, And then also, you can get everything put into one loan, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's determining how I'm going to structure my loan. I think I'm going to put everything into one loan and put down 5%, because they'll finance up to 95% if you get in your home, if you're moving into it. And then you get all your down payment back from selling this house, and then I start making money by Airbnb, because I'm building a house with an apartment on it. Then I'm going to Airbnb that apartment. I'll have some reserves left over. Then I'm going to see if I can get into building multifamilies.
Sweet.
So yeah, that's what I really been.
Developer, man.
Huh?
You're gonna be a full-fledged developer.
Yeah, if I can get into it, man. I actually just joined a developer group on Facebook, and there's about a bunch of people who develop it. So I had to start learning. So I'm sitting in there taking notes.
Cut off the middleman, right? Cut out the middleman.
Yeah, man.
Make your own damn houses. That's
Straight
sweet. Is it cheaper to build a house than to just buy one similar?
Yeah. It's cheaper depending on how you do it. Me and Mahogany, we're getting a house built that we've already seen. Now, if you start going super custom, then yeah, it might get pricey. But according to Google, they said it's I forgot. It was certain amount of few $100 per square feet cheaper to build. But that's, Google doesn't really give you the exact place of where they're talking about. So you have to look at all that stuff, like place, where you're building. You have to lot, land, how much it's costing. So it depends.
Now, you said you found a plot in Grand Prairie. Did homeboy from the meetup kind of discourage you from that, or what happened?
Oh, no. He was giving me what I needed, all the advice, hey, do this, look at this. The lot in Grand Prairie wouldn't work anyway. It's too small. So I wasn't going to go that route. So, yeah, it's just a lot of stuff you got to look at when buying a house. You got to make sure that there's not lots zoned for residential. Make sure you can actually build a house on it, especially the house that you want.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's pretty cool. You know, I was like, dang, man, I should have been gotten to this, but my specification is kind of hard to find. It's because I'm looking for no HOA, and it has to be big enough to fit this house on it. The two that I've seen in Arlington, they don't have a HOA, but they're kind of in like not so good neighborhoods. But I mean, they're big ass lots. So I was like, dang, if anything, you could build a 4-plex or 4 or 5-plex on that, you know, Airbnb or, you know. So yeah, it's just a lot of options, man. When you start getting into buying land, man, I'm happy. The main reason I'm really happy about it, it's not because of what it's going to give me, is what I'm about to learn doing it. I'm learning a lot in the process, and that's really what makes you get that drive when you start learning stuff.
Now, you preached to me before about the power of social media, right?
Yes, sir.
And it's powerful. It's powerful. It'll make you rich. It'll make you poor, and everything in between.
Right up.
I just witnessed it. We all witnessed it firsthand. The power of social media with a certain NFL player named Antonio Brown. Did you see what happened?
They said that is. I don't know if that's 100% true, man.
You mean that he sought social media counseling to try to see how he can get released from the Raiders? Yeah. Well, real quick synopsis. Antonio Brown, superstar wide receiver. He used to play for the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Raiders paid a shitload of money and draft picks for him to come to the Raiders. And he hadn't even played a snap for him yet. And he had a lot of off-field stuff going on. And we won't get all into the details. Anyways, they fined him. They fined him for all the off-field stuff. And he didn't like being fined. He wanted to play for another team. And really, I think he did want to play for the Patriots because they said it before he went to the Raiders. He wanted to play for the Patriots. Anyways, he got on there and started, dissing him on social media. And next thing you know, they cut him because what he put on social media. Either if he got advice of how to get cut by putting stuff on social media or not, the point is he started badmouthing the team on social media and they cut his ass. And so he got punished by going to the team he wanted for a buttload of money for one season. So,
I don't know about a buttload of money.
But it's a good chunk of money for one season, for 1 year.
Yeah, but you lost $30 million in guarantees and settled for 10? You took a $20 million loss. Man.
That's true. But
I mean, unless you really just want to be there, man, but I mean, I don't know.
But he wanted to play for them. And it's only 1 year contract. And I'm sure if he tears it up next year, someone else is going to pay a big.
Patriots won that one. Yeah, Patriots won. But I mean, I think it was planned, though. I think it was planned for sure.
They got Flash Gordon on one side and Antonio Brown on the other. Man, that's not even fair.
Not at all.
And Brady in the middle.
Yes, sir.
It's enough sports for this episode. But I just thought it was interesting. You were talking about the power of social media. And it's real, man. So you can use that to make your Airbnb more successful if you do what Myka does.
Oh, yeah. Use your Facebook ads, my man. Yeah. And that's one thing. Go ahead.
Oh, I was saying you have a buttload of notes on here if you want to hit on.
Oh, yeah. That was just a bunch of stuff. I've been kind of going back and forth with Airbnb. Is your progress and review tab not working?
No, it's working. It's working.
Mine damn sure ain't. Mine ain't been working for like 2 weeks. I called Airbnb about it, but they barely give you any help on that. But,
right. Well, real quick on sports, though. Like, we live by the Cowboys. And so it's funny. If the Cowboys get a home field advantage, do a deep playoff run, man, that literally means thousands of dollars in our pocket. Ain't that some shit?
Yeah, it's funny. I was just thinking about that the other day. Yeah, if you can, that's a good time to bet on them during sports season. If you get them, if they make that push, they look pretty good last week. Yeah, and you get a home field, like a home field game, a playoff game, man, this place is going to be loaded.
Yeah. Now, I was going to ask, we've had guests, Erica and Azubike? AJ, yeah. How do you say his name?
No idea. I just called him AJ.
Azubike. It's a cool name.
The other day, too.
Yeah, and I was like, and I reached out to him. I was like, man, I've been thinking. And you were saying, what's my next step to scale? And so I would love to buy another house, and that's in the works. I hope my goal is to get another house before this year ends, you know, and so to own another house. But in the meantime, I would love to do something like what they do, what Erica and AJ do. And they're out of Houston. Go listen to one of our previous eps, Erica and AJ. H-Tone. And so what they do, they co-host. They love co-hosting. Most people, you know, all we've heard is stories about, it's not worth it, 20%, blah, blah, blah. But they enjoy doing it. They'll go in there and they'll bring your rents up so they can get that 20% fatter. You know, that's how good they are. And they don't even have a home of their own yet. It's crazy. But they have several, you know, different apartments that they Airbnb and other people's houses they Airbnb, and they get 20% adds up, like he was saying. You know, 20% of 1 or 2 isn't a lot, but when you have 100, you're running 100. 20% of 100 is a lot, and it makes a lot of sense. And so I've been thinking about dipping my toe in that a little bit, the co-hosting part of it. What do you think? You think that's a good idea?
I mean, if you got the time to do it, or if you have the resources to outsource it, because I think you're going to be a lot of hands-on, but if you have the resources to outsource it, or if you have the time to manually take care of it and do it, then yeah. I mean, yes.
If I got a good cleaner, and I can at least add 1 more or 2 more, it will be, you know, be all right?
Yeah, I think a lot of times they want you to like. I mean, especially if you're co-hosting for like houses, they might want you to like make sure laundry's like trash is taken out, all that. I'm not sure how co-hosting works because I've never co-hosted. I've always done a team. I use the Teams feature on Airbnb, and the Teams features, I just have someone work for me and they handle everything like a VA. Then if they're gone, then I just delete them from my account. So, I mean, it is profitable. You would probably want to hit up, matter of fact, one of our past guests, either AJ or Josh. They know a lot about it. AJ, Josh, and Erica. They're the people to know, guys, because I haven't hopped in the co-host. I hear a lot of people talking about it, but I haven't hopped into it. I need to do more research on it. Actually.
Did they ever meet up with Norman over there in Houston? But Norman does the same thing, right?
I don't think Norman co-hosts. I think Norman just arbitrages.
Oh, he arbitrage? Okay.
Yeah, he's an arbitrager.
Shit, he can arbitrage and then give it to them to get their 20%. Then he don't have to do nothing at all and still get paid.
Speaking of arbitraging, me and Norman and Josh just had a conversation about this. Here's a better way to arbitrage, in my opinion. This is a mistake I feel like I made. I shouldn't have arbitraged apartment buildings, apartment complex. I should have targeted landlords. And let me tell you the advantage I see if you go after a landlord than go after an apartment complex. I feel like if you go after a landlord, you rent from him for a year. I think it's easier to extend, which is still easy to extend on a corporate contract, but it's easier to extend. And when he doesn't want to extend, he probably is more willing to sell the house to you. Or you might be able to set up a seller finance where you might put no money down and you're like, look, I'll Airbnb this thing and make money off of it for you. You know what I mean? So those are the kind of deals I would structure if I was going to hop back in the arbitrage game. Put yourself in a situation where you can get equity. Like, and that's why I tell people that are 100% arbitrage or 100% buy, there's a middle there. You have to have middle ground and kind of know both sides so you can make the maximum amount of money.
Be flexible.
Yeah. It's like if you in the real estate game, you can't just only know how to wholesale. You gotta know buy and hold. You gotta know wholesaling, buy and hold, flipping, all that.
The name of the game is equity, though.
Yes, sir. And that's what it is.
So are you doing –
go ahead.
I'm sorry. Are you doing your loans through Wells Fargo?
My business line of credit is through Wells Fargo.
Okay.
I'm kind of – I do have a lot of business credit with them and business lines of credit with them. So but personal credit cards and stuff like that, no. And speaking of that, I'm moving away from credit cards. I'm going straight lines of credit. I've been like truly learning like it's way better than credit cards, man.
What about your rewards, man? What about the rewards?
You can get that with a line of credit.
What?
Yeah, you can get it with a line of credit.
How do you get rewards with a line of credit?
Because you can remember, you can either the biggest thing about a line of credit is you're going to get a credit card, right? But you can just turn that to cash whenever you want without the huge penalties and all that. Like with a credit card, you don't get that cash advance crap.
Really?
Yeah, man. If you can, man, get you like what I tell people, man, when you get your mail and you get all that credit stuff coming in, fill that crap out, man. That's free money.
Ain't that a lot of hits you're getting on your credit for doing that?
Do it all in one day.
and so you filled out all those from all these, businesses that send them to you. Mm-hmm. And which ones stuck?
The ones that I use,
yeah.
I get money from all of them, but the only ones I use is Chase mainly. And then now I'm stopping to use Chase and I'm just using my line of credit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, just learning. Yeah, no, that's actually one of the topics I was talking about, man, like getting away from credit cards and using lines of credit.
It is better because you get better access to cash.
Yeah, and then now, like when I was saying I want to build a multifamily, I want to get a five unit. If I can, after I get my house built, get a 5 unit. Once I get the 5 unit, then you start getting money off what you're bringing in. So, yeah, man, just learning a lot.
So you're all about systems.
Yes, sir.
And so, and you got pretty much your, like what systems do you have in place to run your timeshares? You have go ahead and explain that.
Just a VA. Well, they don't even list it anymore. He just opens up dates. I actually have a crazy story about that. He just opens up dates. They book them and boom, it's all done. Like I don't do nothing with those. Just runs itself. But problem is, I spent like $800 to get a guy to automate the system for me through Python programming, and he completely failed. I was like, man, it took a while, but I got my money. I got half my money back, and I was like, look, we'll call it even. I'm leaving you a bad review though, and get on about your business. But yeah, I left him a torch. What do you call it? A scorched earth review?
Scorched earth, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, this is automatic. Just finding ways to automate things, and then so you can just spend your time on growing. Like that's how we came up with the idea of get a house built. Then once you get the house built, we'll have more reserves. Then see if you can build you a multifamily, like right in the city, right in Arlington, since it's legal.
Yeah, if they approve you, that's the main thing, though.
What
if they approve, your petition to do multifamily. It says you will be able to do it. We still got to go out there and apply. You got to pay the $500 and apply. Yeah,
you apply, and then you put contingencies in your contract with the builder that, hey, with the builder and your loan, whoever, and just say, hey, if they say I don't get approved for multifamily, I'm out.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you just have to protect yourself, man. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah, just little things like that. You got to get a lawyer or somebody. If you know a really good realtor who knows a lawyer, that's the best way to go about it. Yeah, and then just say, hey, the contingencies are if he can't get approved, he's out.
How hard is it? Like, for me, for example, I got 4 houses.
Yeah.
How hard is it for me to convert them into LLC? And will that mess up my loans? I've been reading some things online saying that could trigger like the bank saying you need to pay it off because it's turning the loan into LLC, or they may make you refinance it again into an LLC. How hard is it to do that?
I don't think it's hard, but I think you probably need to talk to like a CPA, a real estate attorney, because I think what you're looking at doing is I don't know if you want to put them in LLCs. I think you want to put them in trusts and then put the trust in an LLC. I think, remember, I'm not an expert at this. Anybody listening, go consult a CPA, attorney, somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like consult a professional. But I think most people are I think an attorney might tell you, put your property in a trust and then put the trust into an LLC and then put whatever properties you're putting in these trusts, put them in different LLCs or series LLCs. So if something goes wrong with this one's not held liable along with it. Yeah.
And you have yours in LLCs?
Not right now. I'm just the only reason I'm getting loans off of my business is because of my Airbnb income, and so I'm just steady stacking that up, and I'm just using this time to use my business credit as leverage to get my house built. Then once the house is built, I'll put all my business credit back onto I'll pay it all the way off, and it's gonna be like a 50 grand payoff. So then they'll increase my business, increase the line of credit because I want $100,000. Once I get 100,000 straight.
Yeah, you can start burning some stuff. Huh?
Yeah, there you go. And then that's when you can start. Okay, I can get a house for $50K, put 10 grand into it, flip it. You know what I mean? You start working like that.
Yeah.
Because my goal is right now, I want to start creating what is it called, vertical income when you're flipping houses.
Oh.
Yeah, start doing a little bit of that.
You got to take the big tax hits doing that, though.
The thing I heard David Flip It Weems talk about it. He was like, what he does is he has his CPA. He has a way where any reserves, any money he makes, it's looked at as a reinvestment. So he reinvests the money back into another property. I've heard it on Bigger Pockets too.
Like a 1031 exchange.
Is it a 1031? I think a 1031 was a buy and hold or something, right? It might be a 1031. But pretty much what he does is he takes it, instead of getting all that tax, the capital gains tax and all that, he just reinvests it back into the business. Like I heard one guy, well, a good way to do it is after you flip a house, go buy a rental. Then you flip another house, buy another rental. I've heard people do that as well. Yeah.
Nice, man. Balling out of control.
Yeah, man. It's all types of ways. Just got to learn it, man. Learn it. I've been listening to a lot of Bigger Pockets lately, especially when it came to this home building thing. That's why I was glad to sit down with Erwin last week at our Airbnb meetup, man. I was like, yeah, he knows everything I need to know.
He's a smart dude. He's a quiet dude, but he's a smart guy.
Oh, yeah. He knows it.
The new iPhones are dropping. Is that going to be good for business?
Man, I'm not buying no new phones, man. I really realize phones are a ripoff. Yeah, phones are a ripoff. I mean, I'll write off half my phone bill, but it's just still a ripoff. I have an iPhone 10 and I have an iPhone 10R and an iPhone 8 Plus. I hate that 10R.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like it, man.
Why is that?
Face up to it to get to unlock. Then you got to type in your code. This one, I just put my finger on it and it opens right up.
Yeah, I do for the finger. You can't change it to where you can use the finger?
You can use your code, but I don't think you can use your finger.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I have one. My iPhone 10R is a work phone, so they gave us iPhone 10R. So yeah, iPhones.
Go to Android.
Yeah.
That you mentioned the Bigger Pockets, and of course I listen to Bigger Pockets too. It's great, freaking great. Always learn something. And David Green, the co-host on there, he hopped on the Bigger Pockets business show, and he went on there and he was talking about his business side, how he grew his he's a real estate agent, and he runs his own real estate office under Keller Williams. And what he was talking about, and it was all about systems. It was all about the stuff that he hated doing. He went out and found a rock star to put in the place that did it better than him, and that took it off his plate, and less headache. And someone else did a better job at it than he did anyways. And he just, for every part of the business that he hated, he found someone that could do it better than him. And he said after that, his business just took off, man. And he said he's eventually going to find someone to replace him in the business.
Straight up.
That's insane, man. Your business is going to run itself better than when you could have ran.
That's true, man. Because I've been hearing a lot of people saying VAs suck, but man, I'm gonna tell you, I got a badass VA out the Philippines, and I'm gonna tell you how I got him. I was just test running it, right? Because I needed cheaper labor. I was test running it, and man, every time he finished a task, he hit me up. He's like, "Hey, man, you got any more work, or you know anybody that needs any?" I was like, "Dang, man." So right now, if you go to my Airbnb site, I got something big popping off on that. I'm putting all my listings on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm start running Facebook ads, because right now when you go to my Airbnb professional host page, all my listings pops up and it's hard to find them. So I've been making little pages on Airbnb, and he's been doing it. Actually, I haven't touched it. He's doing it. I sent him that task, and I'm going to start running Facebook ads to get to send them directly to my website to then to go to Airbnb. But he's a killer, man. But the thing about it is, I found out the reason why he wants more work is he don't work. He has a bunch of VAs under him. He manages 30. That's why he's like, yeah, if you have any work, just send it to me. I was like, oh, damn, okay, cool.
He's hustling off the hustler. Jeez.
Yeah, because I'm like, I looked at my Airbnb page and I gave him this task like a couple weeks ago. Man, he had all those listings up there. I was like, damn. But yeah, I only pay $5 an hour, so hey. Yeah, man.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's right. You gotta surround yourself with people that are smart and hungry. That's what it is.
What do you find a good VA?
I use Fiverr, Upwork. You can use onlinejobs.ph. Those are 3 sites. I found it. You can find them on all of them, man. Just Fiverr I found him on Fiverr though. Fiverr, you get a lot of ratings. You know what I'm saying? So.
And how would you suggest, like, just say someone that's running, you know, a lot of our fans, listeners, they run like maybe one Airbnb, right? A lot of them, I'd say for the most part, either they don't run one or they run one. You know, that's mostly what our demographic is. Mm-hmm. And so what would you suggest how they could use a VA like starting off?
I don't really know if you'd need one with one. Only because, I mean, messaging's pretty easy with one listing. It's really easy.
Yeah. With
one. I don't know. I mean, you could use one to handle your messaging. You could use them to update your calendar if you don't want to do it, you know. You could, as long as the cost justifies it, you know. As long as you see benefit from the cost. But, yeah, I don't see no problem with it. But, yeah, I mean, you can use one to do anything for you. You can get a VA to run your life.
Yeah.
Phone calls for you, skip trace calls, whatever you want them to do.
Damn. Okay. Well, so how many rentals would it be a good time to start looking into a VA? One,
I'm going to say that's personal because it depends on how much your time is going into your business and you feel like you want that time back. But I'd probably say about 5, or it's up to you to know your business. This is why, and I remember when I used to tell, this is a long time ago on the podcast, man, we've been running a long time, 2 years. I remember a long time ago, I told people, don't get a VA until you know your business.
Yeah.
That would be a time too. Like, know your business, and then you'll know, okay, this is taking my time. You can kind of measure it off that. Like me, I knew when I first started, I'm like, damn, man, I can't be updating these damn calendars all the time. You know? So, yeah, he does.
I remember that. I remember we do a podcast together. You'd be checking your phone every 5 seconds. Go bing, bing, bing. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
That's like nonstop.
Yeah, I was making the big bucks then, man. Now the timeshares and kind of caught on, kind of lowered me a little bit. So that's why I was like, man, I got to come up with more hustles.
They slowed you down on that?
Yeah, a little bit. They slowed me down. Now I ain't making like nearly what I was first making, like, man. But it happens.
How much of a percentage hit did you take?
Probably I would say 40 to 45.
Damn, almost half your business gone. And is that because they added those $100 fees or whatever?
Yeah, they added the fees, but the fees at first, then it's still picking back up a little bit. And I also think Airbnb's algorithms have a lot to do with it, because my next test run is I'm going to see if I duplicate all those listings one time, if my sales go back up. Then I'm going to know it's because my listings are old, and it's just because they're sitting there. So I might have to start have my VA go in and start making changes to pictures and stuff like that. And I might be able to boost back up to where it was.
So is it still worth someone's while to get a world mark? Is it world mark?
Yeah.
Is it still worth someone's while to get one and you think they'll be profitable?
Yeah, if you're only spending $2 on it, you buy you a timeshare for $2 and it's starting to make you $1,000 a month. Yeah.
but what's the catch? It's not just $2. What else is the catch? You're gonna have to pay a monthly fee, right?
Yeah, you pay them like a $150 monthly fee.
So you can find one online for $2 and then pay $150 a month, which that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Nope.
And then but what is this thing I hear when people are like, wow, I've been trying for like 3 months or 6 months to close this deal on that.
It's like closing on a house. It's gonna take a month to close it. Yeah, it's like closing on a house.
No shit.
Yeah, because it's pretty much a deed going into your name.
So they check all your credit and everything and make sure you
see. And that's the part I don't know yet. I don't know if they check your credit. I don't really know how they do it. But yeah, they pretty much like you put a house deed in someone's name. They're putting a deed in your name.
Oh, okay. So that's why it takes forever.
Yeah, so it takes like 3 to 6 months to transfer. But once it's transferred, you got it. Matter of fact, shout out to Tiana. She just got hers up and running.
So is she doing good at hers?
I haven't talked to her. We'll be talking to her. When is it? When is our meeting? Thursday? Our real estate mastermind meeting's Thursday. So we'll be talking to her then. Yeah.
Are we going to post the – we don't post the mastermind on this, right?
Yeah. So that's pretty much I'll talk to her then. Mastermind group.
If she is, I'd be interested in getting her on the show, man. That'd be great. That'd be a high-rated show right there because most of the messages we get is about timeshares. So
really? Yeah. Somebody messaged me today about it, actually. I was just talking to someone before the show.
And so, I mean, that would be a great show to have, to actually see someone talk about it, dissect it, and it'd be a high-rated show.
Yeah, definitely.
But, yeah, I'm going to look into it, man. I'm going to look into it.
But, yeah, man, so I'm like, but, yeah, that timeshare is cool, but, yeah, I'm trying to come up with other ways to hustle, like other different real estate ventures. Like you said, that game is equity. The game is equity.
Exactly. And so you think, let's say October 1st deadline in Arlington is going to, let's say, or wherever you're at, when the band's going to hit. Do you think most people would just fold up shop because of the letters they receive? I bet another round of letters are going to hit October 1st. What do you think?
Possibly so. I doubt it. I doubt people are just going to shut down shop. The ones who know they're in areas where they're going to get snitched on, they're about to shut down shop. Because if you look at the house prices in Arlington, man, they're sky high right now. Because in most of them places used to be Airbnb. I found I found out where a past guest of ours, all their Airbnbs are. I've seen all their Airbnbs. I was like, dang, they're pretty smart. I actually seen them. I actually drive by them by work, and I seen their Airbnbs. I was like, okay. They have little signs like, hey, go to the back of the house, like on the side of the house when they pull up, hot park in the back. I was like, oh, snap. That's pretty cool. I was like, oh, yeah, they ain't. But I think that person is in the what is it called? The entertainment district. I think they are, but I'm not sure.
I think she is.
Or
he.
Yeah, I think they're the entertainment district.
The one that was real vocal at first and then just kind of faded and didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
I told you I sent a message one time. I said, yeah, you kind of fell off the group, but I guess, you won't be affected much. Actually, when the ban happens, you'll probably be making money hand over fist because everybody else will be shut down.
Yeah,
they didn't respond to that. But that's the truth, man. If they're allowed to do it and they shut down the whole city of Arlington except for that little spot, God, dang.
They're trying to gentrify that area. That's pretty much what I think it is. That's what I think. I think they're trying to gentrify the area around the stadium.
The old crack houses?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they want to do. They want to have people come in and gentrify those areas because especially they're building up that stadium, that apartment complex over there. So what you're doing is you're limiting the amount of rentals around you, and you're also going to increase the value of the neighborhood around you. It's pretty simple when I looked at it and figured out, I'm like, oh, they just want to gentrify the area. And then by also limiting the rentals. So after these 40 houses are booked, okay, you're going to come to my hotel. So
that makes sense.
But I don't really know if Airbnb has had an effect on the hotels in Arlington because after that meetup that night, I got in my car and I was driving off the meetup, last Thursday. I had to go to the bathroom and I went to the hotel across the street. It was jam-packed in there. People watching the games. Now, the back of the parking lot was a little bit empty. And a high-end hotel, so. Yeah.
I think people go there to party, that hotel right by Boston.
Yeah. Because they got a bar over there, right?
Yeah.
A bar over there.
They go there to party, watch the games and stuff.
Yeah. So it's real interesting to see, But if I was Jerry Jones, I think he's doing something really smart, Gentrify the neighborhood, control the rentals, then bam, put you a big-ass hotel right there. Yeah, man, I peeped that real quick as soon as they said the entertainment district. I'm like, what the hell? But, some of the entertainment district look a little rough because I think that the entertainment district starts where what your old place is, right? or it starts there, right? Like on Cooper and where that QT is.
Right there. There's a little sign at that.
It says
QT.
Entertainment District, right?
It says Entertainment District.
Yeah. So from there, all the way to where those condos are by the stadium. I think that's where the Entertainment District ends. So it ain't that. I don't think it's that big stretch of a land mass, you know. And I'm not sure if my condo's in it. If my condo's in it, I just go see them. That's one thing I might do in the future, man. I'm gonna see if I can talk to my condo HOA. See if I can get them to allow Airbnbs.
Because then they can that condo's HOA override the city's rules?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Condos, bylaws, man. They like Denzel on what's it called? What's the movie?
Passenger 57.
Nah, Training Day, man. When he told dude to get out the car, he was like, "Man, we can't do this. We the police." He said, "We can't do this." Denzel was like, "We the police. What the fuck we want?" So condo, that's how HOAs are, man.
Shout out to Alaria, who's got her kids in the car right now laughing their asses off.
Oh, yeah. My bad. I'm cussed. My bad. She's Training Day, man. Kids got to see Training Day. That's
they got to learn. Get some knowledge. What was I going to say? Oh, okay. Corporate. That's bouncing. I went back to the last one. We didn't even hit all the notes from the last one. I told you, I bet you're a shrewd negotiator. What do you consider yourself pretty good at it?
I'm still learning, man. That's I got to learn the negotiation, man. Now, Mahogany's a better negotiator than me. Shit, real quick. I'm some stuff, my bad. Real quick. I'm not.
You're like, that's a good price. Okay.
I'm very, very analytical. So on my feet, I'm not as fast on my feet because I have to think about stuff, write it down, come up with numbers. Mahogany, she's more like, you know, she's more shrewd than me at it. Like with her fitness stuff, she's killing it. Because like advertising, talking that, me, I'm not. Oh, I got to learn that. You know.
Now, did you? Because I remember you were looking at duplexes and Grapevine back in the day, and you found one, and you said you knew it was an Airbnb, but they wanted like $600,000 for it or something like that.
Man, I want to look that duplex up. Yeah, I remember that duplex, but they're banned out there, right?
Well, they're under their lawsuit, so everything it's still going while the injunction is in place. And so it would be interesting because she was trying to sell it for 600 G's, but she Airbnbs both sides, right? That lady, whoever owned it, and you sent her like a lowball offer, right? For what, 200,000 or something?
Yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna go through. I just want to at least get my name in her ear. We got our name in her ear. That was it. But plus the location of it. Oh dang! I ain't trying to get a location away. I ain't trying to snitch, but.
Well, they won't know.
She was in a desirable location, but it was right by Great Wolf Lodge. I ain't gonna say where it was like right by Great Wolf Lodge, and it's hard to compete with Great Wolf Lodge because they got the swimming pool and everything. You know, they got the full blown. It's more
indoor water park. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's hard to compete with that, but you know.
Yeah, but that's why they banned it because they got a Gaylord over there and they got the Greatwood Lodge. They got, like you said, some strong hotel lobby going on over there.
Man, very strong, you know. So it's interesting to see how these are going to play out, you know. But it's cool that I like that the way that when you bring injunctions to the city, they can't enforce anything. They have to back off. That's one cool thing about it.
Well, they could still go through the ban, you know what I'm saying? If they wanted to while they're fighting it. But the only fear is if they lose the case, then they're gonna have to reimburse a lot of people, you know, for damage.
Is that what it is?
That's what the main thing is. They could still go through the ban,
but
especially because how our guys are doing, how our people are doing it in Arlington, they're only putting like 5 or 6 people on the lawsuit. So people are asking, well, theoretically, are they the only ones that will be able to keep doing Airbnb? The ones that are on that lawsuit? They say, well, what most cities do, they just go ahead and they hold off on the ban until that whole thing's settled in court because they don't want to like put forth a ban that they later find out was an illegal ban. You know what I'm saying? If they lose in the court, and all those people that you put out of business, they can sue your ass for putting something on them and ruining their business. You know, they could get sued.
Oh yeah.
And so most cities will hold off until it's all settled.
Yeah, that might. See, and I wonder. So the one in Grapevine. When did we go to that meeting in Arlington when the people were in the red and blue shirts? Was that like a year ago?
Yeah, it was last year.
So if that was like a year ago, man, how long does it really take for these little proceedings? Because even if it's been going on a year in Grapevine, right? You've probably made a whole bunch of money since then. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's worth it to keep on doing what you do until they, But I'm also interested in, are they going to win? That's the big thing. Are you going to win? You know what I'm saying? Because lawyer fees that keep going. They ain't about to stop. Lawyer fees.
I know the lawyers win for sure.
Well, yeah, for sure. But yeah, it'd be interesting. Like, are they going to win? And if they lose, then what's the repercussion? Are you about to just shut down shop? So.
Why I was asking you if you're a shrewd negotiator. And this is me on a small scale. When I was younger, it's weird. It's weird. When I was younger, I would negotiate the price on anything. Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe because it helped that I was broke. I was broke as a joke, right? And so let's say I was in Mexico or somewhere like that. I'd even try to, even if the stuff they sell at the little flea markets is cheap, I'd still try to get them low until I walk away, and then they call me back and they got me a good price. You know what I'm saying? I would always do that. And I guess being older, I'm like, sounds fair. Here's the, older and, less hungry, a little lazier. And so, even back in the Craigslist days, I'd be negotiating for every penny, And then even that, but now on the Facebook Marketplace, I'm just like, okay, it sounds like a fair price. I'll grab it, whatever. And so what happened, I told you that a hotel over here in Bedford was changing out their sofa sleepers. I told you that story? Okay. Well, anyways, they were changing out their sofa sleepers. And this was back when I was building my Airbnb in Arlington. I was like, well, shit, I want that back room to have a couple sofa sleepers. It'll make it like another bedroom, be like a 4-bedroom house. And so I went over there, and it was hot as hell that day too, man. It was like 110 degrees. And I had to take my little truck, and the freaking AC just went out of that little truck. Long story long. And I went over there, and she had the manager of the hotel. I guess maybe I was loopy too from the heat. I was all like, come on, let's just get these sofa sleepers and go. But the sofa sleepers were outside in a container. Like a container that they use to ship stuff in, a shipping container. Yeah. And so she opened it up, and she goes, okay, they're all like, jammed in there. And they looked okay. And they worked well. And so I was like, okay, and she wanted to sell them for $20 each, which is cheap for sofa sleepers, right? So I was like, yeah, okay. You know what? I was like, how about and she's like, I just really need to get rid of these, blah, 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 blah. And if I was actually, playing poker and reading her face, I was like, man, I can get these fucking free. But I told her, because I realized that after I said, how about I just give you, $20 for both of them, $10 each. That's still cheap. And she's like, yeah, okay, that's good. God dang, I should have said zero. I know it's just $20, but $20 is $20, right? Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. And I've heard a quote before: how you do one thing is how you do everything. And how you negotiate one deal, a small deal like that, it'll help you negotiate big deals in the future. You know what I'm saying? See, I have to work on my negotiations because this is my way of negotiating. I pretty much have a set price in my mind, and if it's over that price, I'm just not going to touch it. But if it's at this price, I'm going to touch it, but I don't really negotiate for it. So let me look to tell you the last time I had to negotiate something was when I was getting my car. I went up, I called them. They said the price was this. I said, out the door? He was like, yeah. I get up there. They add on $2,000. I was like, cool, I'm out. He was like he was shocked. Like he thought if when he got me in there, I would buy the car. I said, no, I'm out. I'll leave. So what I did was I went and negotiated with the bank. I went and talked to Chase. I'm like, hey, how much can you approve me on a car for? And he was like, we can really give you like 20, 30. I'm like, no, I don't want all that. I just want a quick 10,000. I'm like, give me 10,000, put it on paper, and give me the pre-approval. So, but the thing was, I didn't let the car dealership run my credit. I took that back up to the car. I got the car for 10,000. Yeah, so I didn't. Yeah, don't let them run your credit. That was my thing. So I got the car for the price I wanted after I took them my pre-approval. I'm like, look, this is all I got, bro. Yeah. I mean, that's not really negotiating. It's kind of negotiating, but it's just kind of like, I'm more.
I'm not good at negotiating. I have to learn how to do it, man. That's one thing.
That was a great way to do it. I never even thought of doing something like that. Because usually you always say, okay, I only want to pay 10, but approve me for 20. That's fine.
Yeah.
Gives me wiggle room. No, that gives you wiggle room going up on the price. You know what I'm saying? Don't give you wiggle room going down on the price.
Yeah. And this is one thing my mom hit me with the other day. Because, my parents, they both invest in real estate. I was telling her, because before we were going to do the house build, we were going to look to buy a house in Arkansas. Arkansas is a slower market. And what she did was, I was about to go get the pre-approval letter. She goes, hey, get the pre-approval letter for like 5 to 10,000 below what they're listing it at. I'm like, why would I do that? She goes, because you don't want their realty, because it's an economically different market there. So the economics of who can buy houses is different. So she goes, if you go under, they'll probably just sell to you at that price because they're going to be like, oh, this dude's approved. But if they see that you're over, they're going to try to negotiate with you and go up because they're like, oh, well, he can actually spend this. And Texas is a little bit different because everybody, the economics is a little bit different. But yeah, it was a trip. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that.
That's poker playing 1-on-1. Don't show all your cards, right?
Yeah. Don't show that exactly. Don't show all your cards. Yeah, don't negotiate at that price. Tell them you're only worth 110. See if they'll bite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's cool. And one thing that sticks out to me from back, this is back in the day, back before Trump was the president and all that. I saw some show where these kids go and visit with him, and they're asking, how do we become big, business moguls? And you have any business advice for us? And he said, I got one piece of advice for you. He goes, fight for every penny. He said, on every deal, fight for every penny. And I thought about that. I was like, whatever you think about Trump, I was like, he knows how to make deals. And and so I thought about that, man. And you be in the position of power, and you're telling them this is how it's going to be. This is how it's going to be, and that's fight for every penny. I always remember that.
Yeah, and I know my biggest problem with why I'm not good at negotiating. It's because I'm an extreme introvert when it comes to stuff like that. I don't feel like going back and forth with people. I'm like, okay, really? If I don't like when people go back and forth negotiating prices. I'd be like, damn, how you do that? I can't do it. I just really hey, if you say it's for 20 and I got the 20, I'm taking the 20 and I'm out. I just can't go back and forth negotiate. But sometimes I do, but it hasn't really been. I'm getting a little bit better at it. That's one thing. I'm actually going to read a book on negotiating, the art of negotiating. I need to read that. Yeah,
it's very important. It's very important.
Now, I am good at putting stuff on paper and getting myself out of stuff. I am good at that. I'm good at negotiating on paper. I'll say that.
Oh, how's that? Example.
Okay, with this house thing, I was telling my realtor, hey, if we go get a lot, and they survey the lot, and the builder says he can't build, we need to have a addendum in there since we're backing out free of charge. We get all our money back. She's like, okay. So stuff like that I'm good at. I'm good at protecting myself on paper. I can negotiate that. Mm-hmm. If I can't get stuff where I want it, then I know how to,
So you're more analytical thinker.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it's a real estate book back here that I learned that from. They were anything can be negotiated in real estate. But most negotiations in real estate are done on paper.
Yeah.
Straight up. And that's the truth, man.
I dig that. That's why you better have a damn good agent fighting for you, right?
Yes, sir, man. I only work with one. Yeah,
she's a pit bull?
Yeah. Once you get one agent and that's going to ride for you and look out for you, man, you got to stick with them.
Nice.
But yeah, man.
Well, it's been a good ep. What do you think?
Yeah, man, that was a good episode. You learned a lot about real estate, sports and Airbnbs, cabbage, apartment homes.
Get that cabbage.
Yeah, lines of credit. Yeah, man, that was a good episode, man.
Yeah, it was episode 99, and I don't know what we're doing for the big 100.
Man, we'll get somebody on. We might get somebody on, or we just might be sipping the rum. We'll see.
Hey, I'll break out the rum, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. Big 100 Hunsky coming. But yeah, man, you can find us at you can email us at liveletthrive@gmail.com. Follow us on IG at liveletthrive. Follow us on LinkedIn. Click all the links below. We got all the information below where you can find us, man. And keep living, letting, and thriving. Anything else from you, Stevie Stacks?
Oh man, don't give up, man. I mean, you're right there. Yeah, I know you are out there hustling, and just it's hard sometimes, but you just gotta fight through it, and it gets better. It gets better. It's light at the end of the tunnel.
Yes, sir.
And so, yeah, live, let, thrive.
Peace.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.